think Instagram has changed tattooing in a good or bad way?
These kids don't even have to draw shit. They literally don't have to draw. Some of the shit that I see nowadays, bro, is an insult.
How do you determine the difference between passion and profit?
Damn, that's a good question. You're in this industry of tattoos and you don't have no tattoos. It's weird to me.
Yeah, because how do they know how to heal it? How do they know how it feels?
They don't. You don't know what you're putting your client through. Please don't fucking go in the comments with the whole like, does your doctor have to have cancer to be your doctor? Shut the fuck up. You know what we're saying.
Oh, my focus. Celsi, bro.
Hell yeah.
With the big C.
Big C's, always.
Welcome back, guys, to the most versatile podcast in the world, The Bean Dip, where we unapologetically dip into the minds of those relentless enough to pursue mastery. We are here at the Villain Arts Tattoo Convention in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I have Dre Mad Tatter, who I have met here at one of the tattoo conventions, and we're going to be going through his past, present, and future of being a tattoo artist. So go ahead and introduce yourself, and we'll jump right into it.
I'm Dre. I go by Dre Mad Tatter. I've been tattooing 15 years now. I've been doing shows for, I believe, like 7, and full-time on the road for about 3.5. So, you know what I mean? I do lettering, traditional, and that's pretty much what I stick to. I do black and gray and all that stuff too, but my happy place is lettering. So, I mean, if you want some actual, real, original shit, you hit me up.
No, that's dope. That's dope. Where were you born? Like, where are you from originally?
So I was born in Puerto Rico, and then we moved to Florida, and at like 3, we were supposed to go to New York, and we ended up in Camden. So we stayed in Jersey.
New Jersey.
We stayed in New Jersey from there on out, and then I was pretty much raised in Jersey. And then after high school, I did a lot of like moving around. I went to West Virginia, Florida, Jacksonville, Tampa, Central Florida. I was bouncing around since after high school. So
And that's where you're currently at now?
now I'm bouncing between Philadelphia and Tampa pretty much.
Okay.
I spend a lot of time in Tampa on my downtime. And then I'm in Jersey, and I take care of a lot of stuff that I have to take care of in Jersey. But
Can you bring the mic a little closer?
yeah.
Please. Yeah, just a little bit far. So you spend a lot of time in, you said Philly? Like
Yeah.
West Philly, you said?
No, it's like so like pretty much like central Philly. The shop that I work at is maybe 15 minutes away from Philly. So like I always try to stay like downtown and stuff.
Okay. How old were you when you first got into art?
So I've been an artist all my life, to the point where I thought it was normal. I thought like you just think of something and you draw it. You know, I didn't know that it was like a talent until like first grade. We had to draw dinosaurs. So granted, my dinosaur wasn't fucking amazing,
Right.
but it was like enough to where the teacher was like, this is good. And then I look at other kids' shit, and they're like fucking triangles with sticks on them, and I'm like, oh, so this isn't normal, like, you know what I mean? So yeah, from there, the school really pushed me. They were like, we're gonna put you in gifted and talented groups and art classes and all this stuff. And then shout out to Paulsboro school system, yo, because they actually like they pushed that art shit on me heavy, to the point like they really believed in me, like.
So if when you were in first grade, the school put you in kind of like a AP class for art?
Yeah, so like they had this thing where it was like gifted and talented group, where like we would like skip the first 2 classes, and we would be like, we get like a extra breakfast and shit, and then we just like pretty much like go over art, and not just like art and shit. It's like crafts, music, drawing, and like pretty much just like exploring your best talents and how to like master them at a
Right.
young age and shit.
No,
So,
that's cool.
yeah, it was dope as fuck.
So you've been doing art since you were in first grade?
Yeah.
That's when you knew? Did you already know you wanted to be an artist for like a living?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
By 3rd grade, in my head, I was like, I have to do something with art.
So what were you doing in 3rd grade that was, I guess, your turning point to? Were you
What's
selling it
crazy
at that
is-
time?
So no, I started selling art at like 7th and 8th grade. I started drawing people's like names and shit, like in graffiti for 25 cents a letter. But before that, it was this my bro Corey. Shout out to Corey. He would be able to like put his name in like any shape, like in basketballs or in a cloud or in crazy shit. I'm talking about like adult art talent at the age of like single digit and double digit ages, like early ages. And then low key he like inspired me to start like looking into lettering, because I was like, how are you able to do this? Like I tried and I couldn't do it. So later on in life I realized, I was like, oh, this isn't easy. This lettering shit isn't easy. But I fell in love with it. And but yeah, from a young age I just knew something had to give with this art shit. Like I didn't want to do graphic design. I didn't want to sit in front of a computer all day. And I mean, I wanted to do something, but I didn't know what. And at the time, tattooing didn't seem like a job. So like I didn't think of that as an option until later on in high school, when it started becoming more popular and shit like that. But
Dang, that's cool. And so when we did our interview when I drove up to Philly, when we did our interview, you had mentioned that you did a lot of graffiti. So how old were you when you started, I guess, vandalizing?
Vandalizing. Oh my God, that shit started so early.
I mean, that's what it is, you know?
It started just even in school. Like, I mean, like people don't realize it, but like just drawing on the desk or like going in the stall and putting your name, like that's a form of graffiti. You feel me? Like you're still vandalizing and shit. But I picked up like a can maybe like right after high school, and then like once I started getting around like more tattoo artists and shit, and that was like a new love for me. It was
Graffiti?
yeah, and I don't know if it's because like the you could get caught part that made it exciting, you know what I mean? But that shit to me, bro, I don't know. It's like even now, like we go city to city, some cities that allow us and they give us areas where we can tag at. But we go out, bro. I'm talking about like the show ends at 11. We'll pack up, go grab something to eat, roll some blunts and hit the city and just fucking tag it up. Like, and I'm talking about like, we'll find places, like nice places. Like,
So, like, where's the coolest place that you've done? Because I know Germany has cool
So the
grass
coolest
spots.
place, believe it or not, it's also the most sad place. Cleveland. I don't know if you've ever been to Cleveland.
I've been to Cleveland.
And shout out to my homies in Cleveland. I love y'all. But the city itself is like, it's kind of sad. It's like always gloomy and shit. But if you want to take a spraycation, go to fucking Cleveland, dog. I'm talking about they got abandoned.
Spraycation.
They have like abandoned trains and train yards and like tunnels everywhere, and you could literally like just, bro, I'm talking for hours, just go out and have a blast. Like you could do a full piece and not get bothered by anyone.
I've been to Cleveland once.
Yeah, Cleveland Cleveland's a little sad, but I mean it's a cool city though. Like the show's good.
It's cool. Right by the water too.
Yeah, it's always cold when I go, but overall it's cool. It's just it's always gloomy when I'm there. It's like gives me seasonal depression every time I step foot in that motherfucker. But
Yo, that's so funny. I was driving around in Cleveland, and I had a homie there, and I just started driving, and I started seeing the housing turn different, and I was like, yo, I'm on this street. He's like, yeah, you better get out of there, bro. I forgot what it was. But
it's like Cleveland and Pittsburgh are both like gloomy cities, but
I like
good
Pittsburgh.
cities
Pittsburgh's
to go.
Beautiful.
Good cities to go tagging at though, like for sure. And Chicago's a good one. Shit, we done went tagging in Alaska.
That's so
everywhere.
Cool.
So it's like all four corners of the United States have been hit. You know what I mean? Maine, Florida, California.
Cali, of course.
We went to Cali. We go crazy in Cali, but Cali's different because it's like more like allowed out there, just like Miami. Like when you go to Wynwood Walls. Yeah, like when you go to Wynwood Walls and it's just all graffiti everywhere. It's different because you can tag there. But once you start going into places where like you're not supposed to, it gets a little more exciting.
So you still do graffiti to this day, and you were doing it as a kid. what was your turning point into becoming a tattoo artist?
Actually, the turning point was life started getting real. And it's like one of those where, like, at this point, you have to make a decision. It's either you go this route and the inevitable happens, or you go this route and you can live a life of art and freedom. So I was like, all right, let's do the art and freedom thing. But the turning point was actually tacky enough, the Ed Hardy clothing, bro. The Ed Hardy started getting real popular. I'm looking at the designs and shit, and I'm like, yo, these are so simple, but they're like bold as fuck. You know what I mean? Like something like just gravitated me towards it. And then that's when I told my art teacher, Miss O'Malley, shout out to you. She was like, go for it. Like, stick to this. Like, not everybody's made for college. Not everybody's made to push pencil. You know what I mean?
That's cool though. Usually
Yeah,
teachers aren't like that.
She was real as hell, bro. Like to
Usually-
this day, dog. Like I like a lot of my like successes have been because of her pushing me.
That's
like,
so cool because usually teachers are basically always saying you need to go to school. College ain't gonna allow that. College ain't. And then
right. And she was like, because the thing is, at the end of the day, she's a teacher, but she's also an artist. So as an artist, you understand that maybe for her, teaching was the way she wanted to go, but she understands that I'm not going to be the art teacher or nothing like that. And she saw like the route that I was going in, and then the way I was like taking these designs so serious. So so she pushed me to that shit. And I remember we had to do like this punch hole project where it's like you punch holes in fucking construction paper, different colors, and then you line them up and shit. And then I chose Ed Hardy designs every single time. And then from there, I got up out of high school, did this stuff, and then just wasn't working out. So then I got a $65 kit off eBay. Like my first machine was like a copper butterfly. It was whack as fuck. But for the first 2 years, I was using that thing, and it's like, from there on, I never looked back. Like literally, once I picked it up, I never looked back. Even though I had some slow seasons and some 0 months and shit like that, I knew this was it. Like this was it for me.
yeah, that's the most difficult thing when you become self-employed or when you do any form of art. You're gonna have those months where you don't make a dime.
Yeah.
And those are the months that challenge you. And
Yeah.
And then sometimes you'll even do good for a few, and then you'll hit that one where you don't make anything.
Yeah.
I mean, now obviously you're established, so it's a little different. But I just remember those
Yeah,
days.
even now
bro.
we go through slow seasons where like our slow seasons now aren't really slow, but compared to how the constant months go, we do fall into some slow seasons sometimes, you know.
Yeah, usually when it gets cold up until tax
Yeah,
season,
yeah,
everybody blows
yeah.
their tax money on tats.
Yeah.
It'd be like that.
Yeah.
So you kind of pulled the question right out of me. It was, you said you had just picked up a machine from Amazon. So did you go through a traditional apprenticeship, or you just grabbed the machine and...
Actually, no. I've never had an apprenticeship. I never did it the traditional way. I had enough, shout out to Paulsboro, I had enough people and colleagues and friends and associates and all that were willing to be guinea pigs and just get tattooed. They didn't give a fuck, bro. I'm talking about, it's some shit that I look back as like, why'd you let me do this?
Right.
And but thank you for letting me do it, because if not, I wouldn't have been here. But as far as that goes, like, they helped me get to where I needed to get to comfortably. And then I would tell people, it's like, I'm not gonna go to a shop. I'm gonna wait till a shop recognizes my art and then comes to me, and they're like, oh, you're being cocky, that's not how it works. It's like, I'm not being cocky, I just don't want to waste my time or be denied. I was afraid of rejection, so I was like, I'm not about to go there. And it was like, oh, you know, we're not fucking with you. You know what I mean? I didn't want that, so I was like, I'm gonna just keep doing my thing since I'm starting to get a little motion with it. And then I got a phone call from a friend that worked at a hair salon and was like, hey, I got this guy that owns a shop, and he likes your work on me, and he has an opportunity if you want to work there. I looked into it, and it worked out. I went down there, I tattooed some old lady, real small words. I was like, damn, this is a test like a motherfucker.
Were you sweating?
Was I? and then yeah, it was these little words on the wrist, and then a couple more walk-ins came in, and then he was like, "Yeah, if you want, bro, you can leave your stuff here and come back the next day." And then from there on, that's where like my professional career started. So
What shop was that?
that was AC Inc. in Atlantic City. Shout out to Dave, which turned out to be my uncle from 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 marriage and all that. Like my cousin B told me, he was like, "Hey, I heard you work for my uncle." I was like, "Your uncle?" He's like, "Yeah, Dave." I was like, "Oh shit." I was like, and long story short, in small world, I was working for my uncle, first shop ever, and it was dope though. Like he put me onto a lot, like as far as like not just tattooing, but like as far as like business goes and how to go about certain shit and like the whole ins and outs of like just business. That because it's to me it was just tattooing. You know what I mean? I tattoo, get money, that's it. Then it was more like, all right, you tattoo, you save this, you put it here, you do this with it, and so I got a lot of knowledge from that shit.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. So, because since you didn't have like a traditional apprenticeship, do you think that hinders your ability for growth, or is there a way that you
to an extent,
practice?
sometimes I do because like I think I see these young kids now that have apprenticeships, and like I get it that they go through like a lot, and nowadays the apprenticeship is a cakewalk compared to what it used to be. Like a
They used to
real
break your hands back then.
Back in the day, it was real, and that was another thing too. My pride at the time was on some like you're not about to talk to me crazy, and you know what I mean. So I figured it out on my own and shit. But sometimes I do wish I had that like base mentorship, because like once I got in the shop, I had some like mentorship from watching the artists. Shout out to Edwin Rios, Boofy. Will Boofy, probably probably the best traditional artist I know. It's like his application is to this day like unmatched. But I learned a lot from those guys. Like being in the shop did help as far as getting further and getting better. But getting there before that, because it took me like 5 years before I got in the shop. You know what I mean? So it's like one of those where like if I would have had an apprenticeship, all that mistakes and shit that I made would have been cut down rather than 5 years, maybe like 2.5 years,
Right.
and I could have progressed a little quicker. But I'm not mad at the progress of
Right.
it.
No,
you
that
know?
makes sense.
So.
What do you think the biggest mistake you learned from was when you were coming up, looking back?
Looking back with self-worth, I was always the one that was like I would give deals because I was so excited to just tattoo. I would do tattoos for like a third of the price that I should have been doing them. And to this day, I catch myself doing that sometimes when I'm like super excited for a piece. Like I'll start low as hell just so they say yes, so I can do it. You know what I mean? But I feel like that also shows like my passion for it. You know what I mean? Because it's not all about the money.
Right.
Like there are people that are willing to pay that extra price and all that, but sometimes you're just in the mood to tattoo, and right now this is the only canvas you have. Let's work something so we both can be happy, you know what I mean? So, and at the end of the day, if I do a good tattoo and I have fun doing it, that's what matters to me. You know what I mean? Money comes and goes. It's not like I'm broke. It's not like I'm gonna, like this one tattoo is gonna fucking kill me, you know what I mean? So,
Right. Yeah. No, I mean the passion always outweighs profit.
yeah.
That's the way I see
Yeah.
it.
Absolutely.
How do you determine the difference between passion and profit?
Damn, that's a good question. I guess it's all in the mood, honestly. Cause some days where like you're not there. You know what I mean? Your like headspace is somewhere else. You could be tired. You could be going through something that like you don't even want to talk about, but you have to still work and all that. So some days you do tattoos that are like passable. You make sure that it's still a good tattoo, but you can tell, you know what I mean, in your heart that it's like, oh, I could have did this, and this. But at the moment, you just weren't in that headspace for that.
Right.
And then there's some days where it's like, man, fuck the price, bro. Let's get to it. Let's do some shit. You know what I mean? Like with your stomach. Like it was like, fuck it, bro. Like let's do some dope shit. Like
Yeah.
that. You know what I mean? Like if I could have fun with it and I'm in that peaceful place, that's where the passion overcomes the profit. So.
Right. That makes sense. I believe in passion over profit always. I
Yeah.
try to make sure. I mean, obviously, I have to make a living.
Yeah.
But if I was rich and I was raking in millions, I mean, that's the goal, right?
Yeah.
So if I had $1 million in my account right now, I would probably shoot for free.
Yeah.
You know?
No bullshit. I always say, if once I get to a certain point, I'm going to be tattooing only what I want, and that's because then I don't have to worry about anything. You know what I mean? I don't have to worry about like, oh, I have to cut this part off because they don't have that extra money. Or I mean, it's like
Right.
now it's like, fuck it, let's get to it. Let's just bang out monster tattoos. You know what I mean? So like, I mean that's a goal, definitely. I wish.
Yeah, I mean,
wish I
we'll
could
get
tattoo
there.
for free.
We gotta get there. You know,
You know what I mean?
that's everybody's goal. I mean, I don't think
I'm gonna
anybody.
get there.
I don't think anybody wants to be broke.
Right.
You know, I mean,
right,
who
right.
likes to be poor?
Nobody. Don't let nobody ever tell you that shit. Don't let anybody ever tell you nothing about no money's not that important. Shit.
No,
Save
that's
your
facts.
life.
That's facts. What are some of the most discouraging moments you had while you were on the come up? What when in the beginning stages?
Discouraging moments, honestly, was I would see these young motherfuckers, bro, that have been tattooing like 3 years. These niggas would be monsters. And I'm like, how the fuck, bro? Like, I'm over here 7 years in, still trying to figure out, like, you know what I mean? And it's just like, those moments get discouraging, but it's like they're on their own path, you know what I mean? So, like, now I don't give a fuck. I don't care if you've been tattooing 3 weeks and you're a monster. You know what I mean, like, you have your own motion, I have my own shit going on now. Because, like, at the time, I'd be like, damn, like, they're going to take my clientele. Now it's like we all have our own shit going on. But that was some discouraging shit. The winter season, when you're over here in the summer and you're making money day after day, and then fucking October and November come around and you're like, damn, I ain't tattooing 4 days. Like, then you start thinking like, oh, am I that good? Am I like, why doesn't anybody, you know what I mean? Because you'll see people that like never have a slow month.
Right.
Like, there's people that are booked out for years.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've
so
seen it,
it's
yeah.
like, well, what's the difference? And it's like work ethic and all that shit has play in that. So it's discouraging, but it's also like an eye-opener.
Mm-hmm.
It's like letting you know, like, hey, there's something that needs to be done. Something needs to be tweaked in order for this not to happen, or not to happen as much. You know what I mean? So, but I feel like discouragement is good sometimes, though.
Yeah, it
'Cause
helps
it's
you
like,
push harder. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah. Like,
difficult
sometimes you gotta
sometimes.
see that shit, because, like, if you just think you the shit and that's not gonna always work. You need a little bit of down to be like, all right, now I see what's going on to fix
Yeah.
some shit. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, because I carry myself as the best filmmaker out in the world, but at the same time, when I'm out in public and I'm actually talking to other people, I'm still level-headed, and I'm always willing to work with someone. And I think whenever I say I'm the best, people get it
right.
twisted, where it's like, bro, you're not the best. It's like, bro, like, to me, I'm the best. I'm the best
Right.
me.
Right.
That's cool.
Right. I'm the
like,
fucking GOAT. If
yeah,
you
you
ask
know,
me.
I'm the
You know what I
GOAT,
mean?
you know?
Like-
So I'm my biggest fan. So, of course,
Right.
I'm going to say I'm better than everybody else. But
Right.
at the same time, I'm always willing to grow and work with people. You know, but a lot of people don't like to take less money when it comes to splits.
Right. Right.
So that's like a thing where people get discouraged. Or
Yeah.
get, you know,
And that's the thing too. People everybody wants to be the boss. So like they get discouraged on that too. It's like, you don't have to be the boss.
there's one captain on the ship.
Yeah, the number 2 guy be all right sometimes. Yeah, less responsible. Not saying that like have an irresponsible life, but like the number 2 guy sometimes is just as important as the number 1 guy, because he's doing shit behind the scenes and getting shit taken care of that the number 1 guy probably doesn't understand or can't get to, because he's
That's
also
why he hired
busy.
you. Yeah,
Exactly.
people-
So
I
it's
don't know.
like, don't motherfuckers want to be the number 1 guy to like nothing. You know what I mean? To their own shit, rather than like, let's team build.
Yeah, because I've
Like-
had people that are like, oh, well, what if I got you a play? How much you going to give me? I'm like, bro, I'll give you 30%. They're like, that's it? I'm like, bro, what do you mean? That's
Yeah.
30% is generous.
Right. And 30% for essentially like not doing much, doing something that you should have did out of the kindness of your own heart.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it's like I tell people, like, if you want to help me get a wedding, like, I'll throw you some bread. And they're just
Right,
like,
right.
why only that much if you're, bro, all you're doing is finding me a
Yeah, yeah. It's not
People
like
are
you're
just
fucking
greedy.
you're the wedding, the whole fucking guy that sets up the whole shit. You're just like, hey, fuck with my guy that does the camera work.
Yeah.
All right, cool. And that's all you gotta do. What do you want, 50-50? Oh, fuck. Motherfuckers be greedy. That's another thing. I hate greedy motherfuckers, dog.
Nah, it'd
Like,
be like that. Going back to what you said about when you were coming up and the people had other clients, you thought they were gonna steal yours.
yeah.
I asked my homie the other day because he has two of my homies. One of my homies runs a tire shop, and I was like, "Yo, how does he manage his business when there's this other dude that has a crazy big shop? He gets all like, it looks crazy. It's huge." And he's like, "Well, he said something like the roads have more cars than the other shop can handle." And I'm like, damn, like that was such a good way to put it in perspective. So when you said, I thought they were gonna steal my clients, but then there's more, there's more
Yeah.
people that he can tattoo.
Right.
So it
Always.
just goes back to that. So it just
It's
made me think
always-
of that. And
always-
when
it's
he said that,
always-
I was like, dang.
It's always your own lane. There's always something like just how, like we just drove up here. And on the ride up here, we saw like 20 fucking car dealerships.
million.
So it's like how is each one making money? They each have their own thing going on.
Yeah.
Even though Lamborghini's over here and you're a Toyota dealership, the people going for Lamborghini ain't going for Toyota and vice versa. So like you
Right.
still have your own lane. And just
Yeah, you
because,
have your-
cool, they're making more money over there, but it doesn't mean your motion stops.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you still have your own clientele that's looking for what you're doing. So, like, don't be... Some people just, like, look at other people's shit and think that's how their shit's supposed to be.
Right.
Like, you're not doing the shit they're doing. You don't live how they live. You're not... Your work ethic isn't like theirs or vice versa.
Yeah, it's different.
It's like you can't... Comparison fucking kills a lot of shit, dog. Like, a lot of shit. And to this day, I'm not gonna sit here in front like I'm over it, but because there are some times where I'm like, God damn, this nigga's nice as fuck. I suck, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like that's just part of it. I feel like it's just part of the game.
Yeah, because everybody has their own niche.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
all going to be different, But when you sit there and dwell and compare, you're just going to be stuck, and complacency kills. If you dwell on the same thing over and over and over again, it's called insanity. When you
Yeah. Do the same shit
do the
over
same
and
shit
over
and
and think
expect-
a different
expect a different results.
Like,
Yeah.
that's just funny.
So,
Very true.
So coming up with those discouraging factors, did you ever have any moments where you wanted to call it quits?
No. And I could say that like proudly. I could probably say that I like never like. There was this one time I got a job at what was it, like UPS or some shit for like a while, and I was trying to like I was trying to fill in the gaps as far as monetary shit goes, but that was just for financial reasons.
Right.
As far as the passion and wanting to be a tattoo artist at the end goal, that never stopped. Like I never like was like, all right, this ain't for me. Like I knew from the second I picked up that machine, I was like, this is for me. One
Right.
way or another, this is for me. So
You just made it happen.
that shit was gonna work one way or another.
No, I mean, when you have to do something, it's different.
Yeah, it has to get, bro. In my head, it was like it has to be done. And
No plan B.
And fortunately, everything so far that I said I'm gonna do in tattooing, I've done. So that shit makes me feel all right at the end of the day.
No, that's good. I mean, it's gratifying.
Yeah, like a motherfucker. And it's something you love. Like in my eyes, bro, I haven't worked in 15 years. You know
Yeah,
what I
'cause it's
mean?
fun.
Yeah, fun as fuck.
Curtis had said in his podcast when I interviewed him, he said, "I go to work to play."
Yeah.
It's cool.
Like, bro, I'm drawing on motherfuckers and causing pain. Not that I'm light-handed, so try not to cause too
Bro,
much
that
pain.
shit hurt when you tattoo me.
But as far as that goes, it's like we get paid to do like unheard. Like if I put it on paper, it sounds so unheard of. You know what I mean? Like you're paying me to like fucking stab you over and over like 1,000 times for like 2 hours. You know what I mean? But it's like that's what I get paid
Nah,
for.
it's true.
you
It's
know what I mean?
facts. How long would you say you've been tattooing for professionally?
Professionally, I want to say like 7 years.
7 years? And
Yeah.
then tattooing as a whole?
As a whole 15. And like it's consecutive too. Like there's no like gaps where like there's some people like, oh, I tried tattooing, then it didn't work, and then I went over to this, and then I went back to tattooing. I've been tattooing the whole time. It's just like I said, I didn't have an apprenticeship, so I did a lot of like trial and error shit. And at the time, it wasn't as easy as it is now with the machines where it's just plug and play. It was, I have to make sure my machine's running right. I have to make sure that this piece contacting this piece and this screw is right. I mean, there was a lot of shit that went into it before I could even like start tattooing. You know what I mean? So I feel like that also had a small hindering in the progress. If I would have just started like how these kids are starting now, where like you don't have to worry about a machine. You spend $400, you get you a Amazon machine, and you can start tattooing. You know what I mean? And then you only have to focus on tattooing nowadays.
Right.
You know what I mean? Back then, like I said, like there's even people that had to make their own needles. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Back in the day. So it's like now it's none of that. It's like, oh, this is the best product. I'm gonna get this. This is the best needle. You get this. Let me go on YouTube, watch a fucking 3-hour video of this guy pull out the craziest fucking tattoo you ever seen. And within fucking 4 months, this kid that just watched some YouTube shit has a better understanding on tattooing than I did in 5 years. You know what
Right. I mean,
So,
yeah, it was different back then. I mean,
yeah.
I interviewed a 30-year tattoo artist, and he was like, "Yeah, we didn't have Google, we didn't have Instagram.
Right.
We had to go to the library, find art books,
Yeah.
and figure it out.
Yeah.
And build the machine." Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't know because I'm not an artist, but like nowadays, a lot of people it's plug and play, like you said.
Like when we started, we started getting like the whole like YouTube shit and Google and all that, but it wasn't as open. It was to the point where like we were all tattooing the same Google tattoos, or like we all had the Boog Star flash, like Boog Flash or some random like old tattoo flash on the wall. That's what we had. You know what I mean? And then now it's like you want a lady with a fucking castle going through her face and a waterfall on this side and all this crazy shit. You could do that. And now with AI, bro, these kids don't even have to draw shit. They literally don't have to draw. They just have to know where to put like tones at. That's all they have to do. So
Right.
it's like, it's completely different generations, you know what I mean? And shout out to them. I'm not mad at it. You know what I mean? I can't be mad at them for using everything that's available to them. Like, use that shit.
Right.
But don't come at us, old fucking tattooers. Like, oh, y'all stuck in the past and this and that. It's like, we don't have what you have. Like, you just jumped into the, like, we're like, to me, I always say that we're like the 90s of the tattoo industry. Because we were at the time where we went from coil machines to rotaries and needles to cartridges and all
Right.
this slowly. Just how like we had CD players from cassettes, and you know what I mean. So like we were in the middle of everything. So we had to take in all this new information while still trying to hold on to this old information. Where now it's like, oh, this is it. Cool. The entire industry is in your hand. And like I said, like with a couple researches of the internet, you'll be fucking tattooing in 4 months and be a monster, bro.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, that's how it is nowadays. I mean, obviously you have to adapt, but
yeah. It's a lot of adapting that you have to do because, like, politics change. Back then, bro, tattooing was badass motherfuckers. You know what I mean? There wasn't no pansies out here fucking tattooing. Nowadays, bro, not gonna get into it, but it's a lot of
you can get into it, bro. Get into it.
these motherfuckers nowadays, boy. I'm telling you, it's crazy. It's like, bro, I see these kids nowadays that wouldn't last a fucking day in an old tattoo shop, bro. Like, wouldn't last a fucking, leave out of there crying, whimpering, and all types of shit. You know what I mean? Like, now it's like anybody can tattoo, bro. I'm talking about anyone can tattoo. You can have some little girl who's never even thought about tattooing, and now she does mini strawberries with leaves and single line. Like, it's not tattooing. Like, you say what you want. The fine line shit, cool, I get it. It's a style. But to me, like, anyone can do that. You're not doing that. Like, to me, like, it's almost like some of the shit that I see nowadays, bro, is an insult. Almost.
Yeah.
Because, like, they don't respect the and I'm not saying that you have to respect the past, but like it's like you don't care to learn about where this came from. You're just like, oh, I saw some girl that does flowers. I'm gonna start doing flowers, and now all I do is flowers. Dainty little, and they don't last. They don't last.
That's
these
crazy
fucking,
that you say that,
bro. These
bro.
little ass tattoos, they look cute as fuck. They look great on pictures that day. 3 weeks later, that shit is gone. You know what I mean? It's like almost like a boutique tattoo. It's like, it's not like you don't, bro, back in the day, walk into a tattoo shop and say you wanted a tiny little flower this big.
They don't do it.
No, fuck no. We're going to do this shit this big. You mean bold lines so that in 10 years it's still fucking there. Nowadays they're doing tattoos, bro, that don't last 5 years. And the reason is because these young cats are doing tattoos for the picture.
For Instagram.
Exactly. And they don't know what their tattoos look like in 5 years because you only been tattooing a couple years. So you don't even know what your tattoos are going to look like. You know what I mean? Like, I know what my tattoos look like after 10 years. You know what I mean? After 5 years, 7 years, and all that shit. I see them in the wild. You know what I mean? These motherfuckers been tattooing 2 years. Like, oh, yeah, they heal great. They last for... How do you know? You don't know that shit.
Oh, that's so crazy you're saying that because the dude from the tattooing of 30 years... He said, I've been tattooing 3 years longer than they've been alive, but they're more famous than me.
Yeah.
And then that video got like, it's almost at 200K views on my Instagram. And people are just so pissed at him. Oh, well, you're 30 years old, blah, 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 blah. Like just talking mad. Well, it's like, bro, you're the ones that he's talking about.
Yeah.
Pissed. And I'm just like, and I'm sitting there like, well, because I'm neutral, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, I love the culture. But I love tattooing as like a culture. So, I'll interview anybody, but being that you're saying this, bro, people are gonna get pissed too, which is good.
Even give a fuck. Like,
but it's
the thing
truth.
is,
it's
bro,
the truth.
like, do you want a fucking tattoo that lasts forever, or do you want a tattoo that's just temporary? If that's the point, go get a fucking henna tattoo.
Right.
Go get a henna tattoo.
I'm with you 100% facts.
You know what I mean? Because it's like some of this shit, and 100%. I get it. Everybody has their own thing. Like, everybody has their own thing. Some people want that shit and genuinely like love that shit. More power to you. But to me, that shit isn't tattooing, dog. Like, that shit is like, you're just like, you know what I mean? I don't even know what to call it, bro. But it's just like, if the tattoo has to be touched up within 2 years, adjust something. Some little ass lines.
Research.
Dude, word. Fucking research, dog.
Studying,
like,
bro. I mean, the book.
Study your shit. Go instead of going online and seeing a fucking 2-hour seminar and trying to copy what this guy does. Go online and see some fucking old shit. You know what I mean? Talk to some real tattoo artists, or some old tattoo artists, some people that like have actually been in the industry. You know what I mean?
Right. No, bro, that's 100%. That is 100% facts. So when you started getting into your tattooing, how did your style change over the years? So what is the style that you do now from the style that you started with?
So when I first started, it was with traditional. And to me, those were real tattoos. Everything else was like the black and gray also was like a solidified style. But traditional to me was what tattoos were. You know what I mean? Bold lines, fucking solid shading, solid blacks, bold colors. You know what I mean? Lasts for fucking years, looks even more badass in 20 years than it does when you first did it, you know? So I got into that, and then slowly I started, I was in the hood, so it's like black and gray shit started, like, because I was pushing traditional on niggas,
right.
Like, motherfucker. I was like, yo, get this instead of, you know what I mean?
Right.
And then after a while, I was like, black and gray, so I was like, cool. So then it's the typical, like, praying hands, fucking clouds and doves and shit, you know what I mean? Crosses and all that. Then I started going to shows, not doing them yet, but started going to them. And then I'm looking at the lettering where, like, then I took, like, a nostalgic step back to remember I was telling you about my friend
graph,
Corey,
yeah.
Where he was able to fucking shape his name anyway. So I'm looking at these guys lettering and shit, and I'm trying to go online looking for like a font. I was like, I can't find this shit. And it's because you can't find this shit because they're creating this shit like by themselves.
Scratch, yeah.
So I was like, damn, that's like very like impressive as fuck to me. So then I tried, and I was like, my shapes aren't the same. Like the flow isn't, that shit wasn't easy. So then I decided to dive heavy into it instead of just like dabbling in it.
Right.
I didn't want to just be mediocre in it. I wanted to like be good at that shit. So I dove into it. I started doing it on paper. I started drawing it on paper and shit. And any chance I got, I'm just drawing that shit. And then Flox came to our shop and did a guest spot.
Flox, he came to your shop?
Came to our shop,
That's
did a
crazy.
guest spot for like 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then we did 3 shows together. It was Philadelphia,
That's
Wildwood,
cool.
and Atlantic City. And
I didn't know you actually like met him.
Oh yeah, nah, it was like one-on-one. Like it was
Like
crazy.
a seminar type, like a.
Not
almost.
even. It was like I was like hovering around this motherfucker. Like every day he was
Yeah,
at
so
the
he
shop.
was like your personal seminar.
Yeah,
kinda.
I was at the shop every single day just watching him do shit. And just after that, I was like, I remember he told me, he was like, just draw it right on him. Because like with the paper, it flows nice on paper, but as soon as I put it on your shoulder and you got this one extra muscle on your shit, now it, you know what I mean? Now it's shaped differently. So he was like, do it on the skin. So I did it on the skin. Mediocre at the time. I was nervous as fuck, of course. And then, but from there, I started like freehanding. And once I started freehanding, that opened up a new love for it. Because then it was like, now I'm at a different level of like trust with the client and myself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
And
then,
not only that, nobody can copy it.
Yeah, nobody can copy it. Like, unless you go on my page and steal that shit. But
Yeah, it'd have to be the same word though.
Yeah.
Because it can't be the same font as a different word. It
Right.
would have to be the same word.
And then that shit, bro, I was like, I just felt like head over heels for it. And then I wanted to get awards in it. I was like, oh, I'm not a lettering artist until I get an award. And my first award was in Philadelphia. It was against like 36 people. And I got first place. And I didn't believe it to the point where like I was mad. Like when they showed me the award, I came back from outside. I was like, yeah, this isn't a fucking joke. Like, I work hard for this. Like, it was like, nah, for real, yeah. And then Flox came up, and he was like, they said your name. I'm like, oh, shit. Then I believed it. You know what I mean? I would hope he's not fucking with me like that. So then, so once that happened, I was like, oh, shit. Like, this is real. I cried the first time I got my award.
Nah, of course.
Just so y'all know.
Of course.
And then after that, then I was like, oh, I want to get 10 awards. And I ended up getting 10 awards way before the deadline and ended up getting 20 by that deadline. And then now I'm at like 35 awards for lettering. So it's like,
that's a lot.
as far as lettering goes, I think it's safe to say it's like solidified. I'm not the best, but they know my name.
No, that's cool. Yeah, when I saw your lettering, and then when we met in person, I saw it and I said, yo, let's get that. I wanted to, the vigor. And we did it, and dude, I love it. Everybody that sees it, they're like, "Whoa, who did that?"
Yeah,
That's
shit is
sick.
clean, bro.
Came out good, bro. It hurt, but it came out good.
About like just the overall freedom in lettering is so crazy. Because it's like, especially nowadays, like you don't have to be able to read it. You know what I mean? They do some like the death metal bands where they have the gothic letters and shit, and you can't read it. That shit is still
cool.
art.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's still dope as fuck. You know what I mean? Like, and that's one of the freedoms that like I loved about it, because like there's like a lot of rules to like a lot of shit when you do traditional or black and gray or color realism and all that. But with letters, it's like as long as each letter has their characteristic, go for it. You know what I mean? Like, as long as the E has 3 points to it, as long as the Y has the tail, as long as, you know what I mean? It's like you can add whatever you want, but it's still that word. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I love that shit.
Yeah, I remember you mentioned in the interview that we did, you had said you could write the word blessed 5
Yeah.
different times, or when you look at
Yeah.
a billboard, every font
Yeah.
makes you feel a certain way.
Yeah, if you drive down the street, bro, I'm telling you, every single sign has a certain font, and each font makes you feel a certain way, bro.
Even looking over here, everything has a different font.
Yeah. If you look at, and each one, even the simple ones, it's to catch your eye. You know what I mean? The more exaggerated ones is for like a good vibe to feel to it, and then some of them are more scary and darker. You know what I mean? It's like
Letters are cool.
letters are cool as fuck. Like not to sound like a fucking nerd, but like
No, I
letters are
love
cool as
letters,
fuck.
bro. I was just
Like,
thinking while you were in town, I was like, man, that would be sick to do. I don't know. I just want lettering. I don't know
Yeah.
why, bro. I just love lettering,
Bro,
bro.
it's to the point where like I've seen letterheads get the alphabet tattooed on them on their back. Like this one
A
guy
through Z?
has A through Z, and like each letter is different. And then I've seen people that go around and collect letters from different people. They'll do the alphabet, but it's like A is done by this artist, B is done by this artist,
That's
C is
cool.
done.
I never even
and
thought
it's
of that.
Like for people that love letters. Like, there's people out there that genuinely are infatuated with this shit.
I like letters. I mean, I like the English language. I like words.
Yeah.
I'm really infatuated with words and the dictionary.
Yeah, real shit. It's like, I don't know what it is.
Well, I'm also an artist, so maybe that could be.
Yeah. It's just like, just words and letters. Like, even like the Matrix over there. Like, the R missing the back, the A missing the, you know what I mean? The X with the,
that over there, yeah.
Like,
I was
everything.
like, where the hell are you talking?
You know what I mean? It gives you the sense of, like, the digital shit.
Yeah.
Just from looking at it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If that was in script, you'd be like, what the fuck is Matrix? You know what I mean? But when you look at it like that, it's like, oh, it makes sense. It goes with the theme. You know what I mean? It's like, I love that letters have that power. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, nah, bro. It's crazy that you bring that back from then, because I've never really thought about it. Obviously, when I see letters, I'm like, okay, this makes me want to do this because of the way it's portrayed and the way I perceive it. And, and then anytime I'm posting like my thumbnail or like I have to find the right font.
Yeah.
And you're just sitting there.
To catch the eye and all that. Because, like you said, if you do a thumbnail and it's just some fucking regular typed up shit, like, whatever. But if you have like 3 different fonts on it and like it catches the eye. Like I said, it's just the power that letters have and words is amazing to me. It's like nothing tops it in the art world.
Right. So where are you tattooing today? Did you already mention that? You said
no.
you were
So in New Jersey, Westville Tattoo Studio, 237, 1200 Delsey Drive, Westville, New Jersey.
And how long you been there?
Shit, since the beginning, dog. Like, it's been like 5 years almost now. Almost, or 3 to 5. I know that. We was in there from when we had paper in the windows before we were open to the fucking public and all types of shit, bro. Check it out. Dominique Watkins is the owner and probably one of the dopest shops in the area, if not the dopest shop in the area. Very versatile. Anything you want done, literally anything you want done can be done at that shop. You know what I mean? Every artist has their own thing, and each one is an A1 artist, bro. Like, vouch for every single one of them guys in there, and girls. But yeah, it's Tattoo Studio 237. Check it out if you're in Jersey, Philly, Delaware, any of those spots. I mean, it's an experience when you go there. It's such a good vibe.
Yeah, it was cool when I went there. They were cool. Everybody was cool to me.
It's such a good vibe, bro. It's like...
They were laughing at me because I was dying, but they were still cool.
Yeah,
they weren't like laughing, but they were like laughing.
Yeah. It's one of those where it's like... some shops are like... You feel like attention, you know what I mean? Or like you feel
Nowadays,
like it's like too serious or shit like that. You walk in there, bro, comfort from beginning to end. I love it. Like, and not just because like that's my home shop. It's legit like one of like my happy places. Like, even if I'm not doing shit, I'll probably be at the shop. So
Right.
definitely check them out.
What do you love most about tattooing today?
The freedom. I love the freedom because so now I'm mainly on the road full time. So I only tattoo on the weekends. And which is like a goal for me because when I first started tattooing, I'm busting my ass every single day for hours on hours, you know what I mean, trying to get that dollar and shit. Mm-hmm. Now I'm at a point in life where I only work Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'm at a new city, which is dope. I get to meet new people every weekend, and then that's it. And then during the week, I get to spend time with the kids or my family or my friends, take vacations and shit. Like, it's very dope. Like, before this weekend, I haven't worked since Cleveland 2 weeks ago. You know what I mean? Which, like, I know some people's like, oh, you're wasting time. No, I'm not. Trust me, I'm not.
Right.
It's one of those, like, wouldn't you want to be able to take 2 weeks off and be all right and then just go to work on, you know what I mean? Like, that's a goal for me. I know some people are like workhorses and they love the daily grind and shit, but I'll get to that when I get to that. Right now, I'm at a comfortable spot where I like to enjoy my time, especially with like the amount of like losses I've taken in the past years with friends and family and all that. It's like a real eye opener on some like this shit isn't forever. So like
Right.
enjoy it while you can and when you can.
This, you
Um,
mean life? Yeah.
yeah, life in general. Yeah. So it's like you got to enjoy that shit. I know there's a lot of people. I got a lot of friends that are like just on the grind every single day. I hadn't taken vacation in a year and a half, and I get it. You want to be able to, in the long run, have never work and blah 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 and all
Right.
that. But your excitement at the age of 45 isn't the same as your excitement at the age of 30 or 35 or in your 20s. So it's like there's different parts of your life that you have to like live in that moment to enjoy. Because
Right.
like my mentality now isn't going to be the same mentality I have as 45. So I'm over here busting my ass through my 20s and 30s, missing out on shit that like my mind is excited on versus going to now I'm 40 like, oh, I want to go sit on a boat and I want to go golfing and I want to, you know what I mean? It's like that's not what you wanted to do. You know what I mean? While you were in the daily grind in your 30s, you were probably like, oh, I'm going to get this, I'll get this car, or I'm going to get this crib, or I'm going to take these trips. Now that you're 40, I'm not really interested in that. I want to do this and this and this. And that's okay, but you're not realizing that you're kind of cutting yourself short from experiences in life doing
Right.
that.
Yeah, because I've had a lot of experience traveling, filming. Bro, it's been cool.
Telling you.
I've seen, well, whenever you post like the flight number one.
Yeah.
So, I've seen more states in 6 months of my life that
Yeah.
people have seen their entire lifetime.
Bro, in the past 5 years, I've done more than people have done their entire lives. I've been from literally every corner of America, Alaska included. I've been to Alaska twice now, which is fucking crazy, coming from Jersey, Paulsboro. I've been to Alaska twice. I've been to my first show of the year this year was in Hawaii. We had Florida, California's coming up next month. We just did Maine, and then everything in between we've done. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen so much, and all from tattooing, that, like, that's why I tell people, I was like, even, I understand the road's not for everyone, but experience it at least once or twice, because
Right.
it's dope, bro. Like, this is just all off tattooing. We're talking in Charlotte right now, North Carolina. I'm not from here, from Jersey. I'm from a small-ass town in Jersey. You feel me?
I'm
But
from
we're
a small ass town in Arizona.
and we're talking here in Charlotte, all off tattooing and filming. So it's like, this shit is dope, bro.
We would have done it anywhere.
yeah,
We would have
yeah.
done it anywhere, bro. So,
Like, this shit is dope, bro. Like, being able to, bro, just the freedom that comes with, like, I can, like, Monday, right? I was just telling you how, like, I don't know where I'm going Monday. I haven't bought my ticket yet.
I love that lifestyle. Bro.
I don't know where I'm going Monday. I'm either going to go down south or I'm going to go up north for a little bit. Regardless, we got to be in Chicago next week.
Right.
You know what I mean? as long as I end up in Chicago, what happens in between, sometimes it's a toss up. You know what I mean? And then, and that's like, I feel like, for me, it's a personal goal. I always wanted the freedom. You know what I mean? Like,
Freedom
more
is
than
key.
more than the money, it was the freedom.
Money
But-
buys you freedom.
Exactly. That's
Freedom
what I
buys
was
you
getting
happiness.
to. And that's what I was getting to. The money's not that important, but it's important enough to,
It's a tool.
yeah.
Money's a
Because
tool.
it's, bro, I'm telling you. Like I said, I'm a dropout. I don't have a GED. I don't have a diploma. I don't have a degree in anything. But I already took 2 vacations, and I was in Hawaii for a week and a half in January, tattooing, not doing shit else. You know what I mean? Like,
No, that's
like
sick.
that's my life. And I saw some people are like, oh, well, we gotta do this and this. That's on you. And the thing is, most people that look at people like me and shit and get angry are people that have talent in something and were afraid to push towards that shit. Now they're regretting it and pushing that shit on everybody else. When it's like, hey, you should have stepped into your little niche or your little shit that you had going on. It could have went fine, but
Right.
don't get mad at me because I'm living my life.
Right. What do you like most about conventions?
Not the food, for sure. I'd say I'd say seeing your friends from like different states and shit, because like that's another thing too. Like most people have friends that they grew up with, or they have like work friends. My work friends are different. I have best friends from Chicago and Texas and California. I'm from Jersey, and we all met on this journey, on this, you know what I mean, on this platform as far as the road goes. So like, just seeing new people and new states and experiences. I think that's the number one thing to me is the experiences that come with it. You know what I mean? Because like, not only do you get to like try new food, see a new city, meet your homeboys, and go do. You know what I mean? It's like, it's a sense of, I don't know how to explain it. But it's like, it's
No,
something about,
I get what you're saying.
something about being on the road that's so exciting that like I can't, like, unless you've been on the road or unless you've tried it, you wouldn't really get it. Like,
Yeah,
I
'cause
mean,
a lot
I'm
of
sure
people
you
have
can
asked
imagine
me.
it.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people have asked me, well, what about? Why do you travel? Like, what about this? I'm just like, bro, like, once you get on the road and start meeting and networking and just
Yeah.
seeing all these
It's like
things
you
that
don't want to. I don't
you
want
don't
to
want to go
be.
back.
I don't want to be at the shop every single day, same shit over and over and over. Like, there's times where I do it. You know what I mean? When we have bye weeks and shit like that, I'll go in the shop and do my daily routine shit. But that's an option. Versus like, I'd rather like the new scenery, bro. I need new scenery. Like, I hate being stagnant. I feel like if I'm in one
Yeah.
place too long, I start getting stagnant. I start getting comfortable with that shit. But like in
I don't like being
December,
stagnant.
where like we're in between the season, and we have like a month and a half off or like some shit like that. I'm like, bro, get me the fuck out of here. Like, this shit, like, every day, nah. But yeah, the road is the road, and doing lettering on the road is like my happy place. Like,
No, that's amazing. What's the craziest thing you've seen at a tattoo convention?
Yeah. So, all right. So shit's gonna start getting real now. Craziest shit I seen. All right. So I seen females getting their buttholes tatted. I done seen
Yo.
females getting their lips tatted, not on their face. People that fainted. I've seen fights. We've had one instance, I'm not gonna say where, but shootouts and robberies and people being drugged and robbed, and the road is the road.
Street,
Like,
bro. You out of the
Bro,
street.
this shit is real out here sometimes, dog. It gets bad. Like, there's like personal beefs that go on. There's like people that don't fuck with each other. It's not all like, oh my gosh, artwork and networking, and nah, it's like real shit that goes on. Like, enough to make a fucking show about it, but it's just too many like undisclosed like secrets and like shit that like we can't talk about, that can't be aired. But just know the shit out here is not just peaches and cream, dog. Like, shit goes down, you know what I mean? But wildest shit, I mean, at a show, it's like the typical, like, oh, I've seen somebody's fucking skin get ripped when they do the suspension. That shit is fucking disgusting. Yeah, it's wild. Like, power to y'all, because, oh my God, I'd fucking pass out almost immediately. But other than that,
Cause they be flying,
yeah,
bro.
yeah. Like, if you ever go to a show, they do this suspension thing where it's like they literally hook motherfuckers' skin with these big ass hooks, raise them up, and they start swinging them around and shit. Some people do like twists and flips and all crazy type of shit. So it's definitely cool to see. But if you have like a soft stomach, don't get too close, because them motherfuckers be bleeding and shit.
That's wild,
sometimes.
bro. I don't know. That's carrying your whole weight by your skin.
Yeah.
That's cool though. I mean,
Yeah,
the
it's cool as
skin.
fuck.
I mean,
I
it's
would
fascinating
never,
organ.
but-
Organ.
I would never. But that shit is cool as fuck to see. But yeah, I mean, that. What else? I'm trying to think. It's a lot of shit. It's
Nah,
just-
I mean, behind the scenes of the.
Yeah,
I mean,
actually,
I'm
it's
kind of
some-
in the industry, so I
yeah,
know a little bit,
it's
but
some
they
shit
don't.
we can't. Yeah, it's some shit we can't say. If you're an artist and you want to figure it out, hit me up. We can set something up where you come out for a couple of shows and we'll take you to the wild ones. You know what I mean? But if you're a client, I don't use your fucking imagination, dog. Like it gets bad out here.
Where's your favorite place or like your favorite tattoo convention that you like to go to?
Favorite tattoo convention. So I have a couple, so they don't count. Like Philly, Baltimore, and Wildwood don't count because they're
like
like
right there.
they're like home joints. So like they're I'm biased with that. But I'd say San Diego. It's fucking beautiful out there. The food is great. All that. San Diego, Nashville is a great city, and my number one spot's probably Savannah. If you've never been to Savannah, Georgia, take a trip. It's fucking gorgeous.
I've been
Bro,
there.
it's so peaceful out there. I'd move out there today. No bullshit. Like, it's a great show, great venue. The food, the people, the architecture, everything about Savannah to me is
I love
A1.
architecture, bro.
Yeah, I love it out there.
Especially on the East Coast. There's a lot more history out here than there are on the
Yeah.
West. I mean, you have the Wild West, but over here you have the history. You have
Yeah.
the Civil War.
Mm-hmm. Shit, Philadelphia itself. Go to Philly. You can
Boston.
spend, yeah, you can spend.
Where's the Liberty Bell? It's in Philly, right?
Yeah, an entire weekend. You can spend an entire weekend in Philadelphia doing history shit. It's fucking dope out there. If you've never
Everything's
been to
brick.
Philly, definitely go to Philly.
Everything's brick out there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because in the movie National Treasure, they go to the Liberty Bell.
Yeah,
They do all that
all
stuff.
that, and then and all that shit is easily accessible, and everything you see in that movie is within like fucking 15 minutes of each other. Like, it's not far at all. You can literally walk to like 3 of the sites and shit. Like,
love
so it's-
history.
Yeah, it's dope. If you like history, I'd say like Philly's definitely like top 3 for like history shit.
Yeah, I wanted to go when I went up, but it was just a day trip, just to
Yeah.
get tatted in film. I will go back eventually because I
Yeah,
love
Philly-
history. Because this is
Philly is so dope.
North Carolina is one of the 13 colonies. I'm pretty sure, isn't it?
Probably. I believe it the way they be acting down here.
Yeah, I mean, with everything in history and the war, it's just it makes the life a lot more.
Yeah.
I guess I don't even know the right word, but it makes it more like interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. Real shit.
So I love history. I need to go back up there.
Yeah, definitely.
Who
Definitely.
do you go on the road with?
I go on the road with the row.
I don't think the camera can see it.
Yeah, well, y'all can't see it, but if you're ever at a convention and is there a big one behind me, if you see, look up at the rafters, there will be a tiger, and it says The Row, Cats Customs, and that's who I run with. It's a pretty big team. Granted, this show is the smallest one. We only have 3 booths at this show, but the rest of the team is over in Tulsa right now. So, like, we tend to do, like, we try to hit all the shows that are going on at once. At one point, we hit 3 shows at once, and the team split up into 3. Some people go here, some people go here, some people go here. So right now, we're split into 2. But yeah, Cats Customs is who I run with. I've been with them for about 2 years now, and yeah, they're dope. They're dope as fuck.
How did you get on?
So I used to do shows by myself, and then once I got picked up by this one guy, and then I was on his team for a while, and things just didn't work out. It started like going downhill a little bit, like not for nobody's specific fault, but just like the times were changing. So then I went back to doing it by myself, and then my homie Jerry, shout out to Jerry Alonzo, check out his work. He was like, "Hey, bro, I'm on this team, and like they treat us well over here. Like it's a good team, it's a solid team, and like doing shit by yourself is cool, but being with a team, there's a lot of pluses. You know what I mean?
I
And
like
pros
teams.
and shit. So I was like, all right. So then I got down with him, and it was just comfortable. Like I like my team members. Everyone has their own thing going on. It's more of a collective rather than just like a single shop type situation. Because a lot of it's like they have shops and their own thing going on at home. But when we're on the road, we're the row. You know what I mean? So I like that part. But yeah, no, it's probably one of the dopest teams on the. You know what I mean, like I said, our names in the rafters. I don't know about your team, but Our team's in the rafters.
Yo, you're funny, dog. So going back to your tattooing career and your lettering, what are some of the practices you do to get better?
Honestly, it's more of a now. It's like more relaxed. I used to like overthink shit and overdo pieces because like I felt like, oh, it needs this, 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 and this. When in reality, it's like you just need it to flow. You know what I mean? So like I feel like sometimes not dumbing it down, but simplicity goes a long way.
Simplicity is the key to
So
brilliance.
so doing something that's simple yet still intricate is what like gets you to that like goal for me at least. So as far as like wanting to get better is more as like I've learned that taking away recently has been making me a little more better. You know what I mean? Rather than like overthinking or overdoing. So
No, I feel that. And everything you do is completely custom. You draw
yeah,
on them.
as far as lettering goes, bro, it's straight marker to skin.
That's it.
No references, no stencils, all original. Like I don't fuck around with it. You know what I mean? Unless it's like your loved one's signature or like
Right.
a love letter or something, then clearly I'm a fucking stencil that for you.
Right.
But if it's some like a word or a name or a quote or something like that, I'm drawing that shit right on you.
Are there any styles that you refuse to do?
Yeah.
Or any tattoos that you refuse
I
to do?
don't do strawberries with leaves and floral line work that doesn't last more than 2 years. Unfortunately, sorry, but not that. I don't do portraits actually. So I'll do a portrait of like Bob Marley or a fucking angel face and shit like that. You mean, but somebody's grandma or somebody's auntie or uncle, I'm not doing that shit. Cause like say you do Bob Marley's nostril slightly bigger than usual. You know what I mean? Still Bob Marley. It still has the characteristics that you know. If you make somebody's grandma's eye just slightly bigger, it's not their grandma no more. You know what I mean? That's some complete fucking stranger. So, you know what I
Yo.
mean? And our team has like monstrous
He said it's
fucking
a complete
portrait
stranger.
artists. Like straight up. We have crazy like portrait artists. So it's like, I'm not one of those that's like, oh, I can't do it. I don't know who to send you to. Like, I know exactly who to send you to. So like, I'm not one of those that's like looking at like, oh, I can do everything. Like, I can't. You know what I mean? And it's not that I can't. I just refuse to like get into it. I don't have the patience for it. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, it's just not my, like, I'm not into like faces enough to like
I mean,
where
that's
I
a
want to do
big, that's a big commitment.
that. It is.
You
Like
mess up
even doing like a Jesus face is still like a face.
a
Like,
big
you
promise of
yeah,
something,
yeah. Real
Because
shit.
if, like you said, if you mess up someone's eye or like your grandma that
Yeah.
passed away, you
It's not your grandma no more. If I make her fucking nose a little pointier than usual,
by
it's a
accident,
fucking stranger,
because people
right?
make mistakes.
That's a mistake I'm not willing to take. I'm not gonna do it. Go to our homie Ozzy. He does crazy portraits, or go to anybody else. Just don't come to me for a fucking portrait.
What do you think of social media and the evolvement with tattooing? Since you came from like the
I
Ed
hate
Hardy
it.
days.
I hate it, and I love it. So at first, when it was just networking and promoting your work, loved it. So dope. You know what I mean? People see your shit, they like your shit, they hit you up, blase, blase. You get to network with other artists and all that. Now, you damn near have to do dances to get on the algorithm so that somebody can see your work. And it's not about, bro, it used to be about good tattoos. That's it. Like back in the day, you did good tattoos, you get clients. Nowadays, you get the most followers because you do fucking TikTok dances, and everybody wants to get tattooed by you now because you do TikTok dances. Who gives a fuck what your tattoo looks like? But this is the guy from TikTok. Like, this shit is crazy.
Do you think Instagram has changed tattooing in a good or bad way?
Overall, good. Because it has gotten us out there more, and the networking is still there. the tattoo work is still there, and the inspiration from other people is still there. But I just hate the whole like social media in itself, not just necessarily Instagram, but just like having to be the one that's doing, like I said, dances and like you got to do voiceovers to some, you know what I mean, just to stay relevant. And I get it, times change, and that's what it is now. So it's like for me to be like on some like, oh, I fucking hate, I can't say I hate it because I like it's progression with everything. So for me overall, it's helped the industry as a whole, but individual artists sometimes suffer, especially more like older tattooers who aren't as tech savvy. You know what I mean? Like these guys have been like your homie, he's been tattooing 30 years. Monster, I've seen his work. You know what I mean? But to some people it's like, oh, his work ain't that great or it's not.
Right.
I was like, you don't understand. Like
he built that machine from the
exactly,
ground up.
like you don't understand that it's not just like a fucking just let me just tattoo and then it has to be good. Every single tattoo is good, or every single tattoo has to be liked by everyone. It's not your shit. You don't like his shit, you don't like his shit, but don't say it's not good. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then that's one of the downsides to the whole social media shit. It's giving a voice to a bunch of fucking nobodies. All these nobody ass motherfuckers over here always got to comment on shit. They watch 2 episodes of fucking Ink Master and all of a sudden they think they know what's going on. Like, shut up.
Yo,
like, don't nobody come to your fucking McDonald's and say like, hey, you're not supposed to put the fucking pickles on top of the fucking. Don't nobody say that to you. And yes,
that's
I'm coming at you,
crazy you say that, bro.
Like,
my homie Jesse from Vegas said, just because you've seen every season of Ink Masters doesn't really mean shit. I don't go into your job
shit.
and tell you how to flip burgers, bro. You almost said it word for word without even knowing.
Like, bro, that shit is so irritating. That's the only thing. Like, so, like, even on this, I'm sure there's going to be people, like, commenting on shit. It's like,
leave it in the comments.
Yeah, leave it in the fucking comments so I can not reply to you. Because it's like, I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like people think that their opinion has to be heard, and then they feel as though their opinion, like, they always do, like, negative shit so that they get a reaction from it. You know what I mean? Like, you know how, like, people be like, oh, matching energy and shit. You only match negative shit.
Right.
Why not the positive?
Right. It's crazy because a lot of these people who were under the post that I made where he said I'm 3 years older than they've been alive, a lot of people got hurt because he's like, I've been tattooing 30 years. They're more famous, whatever. A lot of the people that were on there that were like, oh, you don't know what you're saying, blah, 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 blah. I replied back to them, and I'm like, all right, well, then come talk about it on my podcast. Nothing.
Yeah.
They're brave until now.
Yeah.
I'm giving them a platform.
Right.
Come talk your shit.
Yeah.
But every time they scurry, bro. They scurry. They scurry
like,
away. Every single
shit is
time.
Crazy. It's like, bro, like everyone wants to feel relevant online, and it's like literally a bunch of fucking nobodies. It's like you're a fucking screen name. That's all you really are. Like, you're not the voice of the people. Like, you feel me? Like, you motherfuckers aren't out here like making a change in this shit. Like, with your comment, like to come at somebody that, and he's speaking facts. I've been tattooing longer than. He's not saying fuck y'all this and that. He's just saying the way shit is nowadays. Some young motherfuckers get more famous just because of the social media shit, and it doesn't mean their tattoos are good. You know what I mean? You know how many people out like in this building right now who have a crazy following and all that shit? Their work isn't that great. They shit not crazy, you know what I mean? But they have a fucking following because they do a couple voiceovers to some movies and then change the words to some tattoo shit. Now you're fucking, you know what I mean? Like, focus on the work.
That's facts though. That goes with anything.
Anything.
So,
dog, I'm telling
dude, you're hitting every nail in the coffin, bro. What do you think of anesthesia tattoos? Since social media is climbing, everybody's
pussies. Like, you a fucking bitch. Like, now if you're using like numb cream, like say you're getting your whole fucking back done, and you're trying to get it done in one day, and you have a bunch of other shit. Cool, I get it. You know what I mean? Your artist wants you to fucking stay still. You don't want to feel that much pain. Cool. But to go under, it's so dumb to me because it's like, bro, when you wake up, what do you think? There's no pain? You just got your like 30% of your fucking body tattooed. It's the next day your shit's gonna be crunchy as fuck. The next few days your back is gonna be scales or whatever part you got is gonna be scales. You still have to deal with the healing process. You know what I mean? Like I just feel like it's a good gimmick. You know what I mean? And it works. I get it for some people. If you soft and you don't have time to sit there and go through sessions and you got the money for it, if you got the money for it, do whatever the fuck you want with your money. I'm talking about the moral of it. The moral of it is you look soft. Because it's like the whole point of a tattoo is to feel some type of pain.
Right.
It's some type of therapy. And like I said, if you got to use the spray or the cream, I get it because there's been times where like I don't go into a tattoo session without the spray. And that's me. I need a fucking spray every single time. But I'm not about to be like, hey, fucking inject me with anesthesia so I don't feel nothing. Like, I gotta feel something.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, that shit is weird to me, honestly. Like, and at first it was cool. When I first seen it, I was like, damn, somebody's going under and they getting their whole fucking torso tattooed. But it's like, bro, you still gotta go through the pain of the healing. You know what I mean? Like, and now you just paid $100,000. And I'm not gonna say it's mediocre work because it's like A1 shit, but it's like I feel like if you would have sat through sessions, you probably could have got something else.
Because there's also like 6 people tattooing them.
Yeah, 6 people tattooing, and like that shit looks cool. Like I get it, it looks cool, but me personally, tattooing somebody's back with 6 people at the same time sounds like a fucking nightmare. Because I'm stretching, he's wiping, he's shading, while I'm trying to pull a straight fucking line. Bro, how are we doing this?
Yeah, and I also had this thought of, what if everybody has like different styles? Is it how does it look consistent?
Well, if you look, I feel like that's part of it. I feel like the consistent inconsistency in it is part of the look. That's me. The weird part is that's probably one of my favorite parts. The fact that like
if there's 6 people, they divide your back or whatever piece they're doing into 6. You know,
yeah.
If you have your back, it's like this and then like this, and each tattooer has its own square.
Mm-hmm.
So and blending it in with each other's different styles, is it like I've never really seen a full piece done.
So like
because I don't really care for it.
to me is probably like, well, usually the people that do that are people that are like into it, like are all understanding of the style. Like if we did a traditional back piece,
Mm-hmm.
we all would follow the traditional rules. But then it comes to like some people might use a little more black or might use a little less color. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like, but I feel like that dynamic is one of the cool parts about it is that like you get to see like the different shading styles going throughout it,
I guess that makes sense.
While still keeping the image, you know what I mean, together. Like I like that part. You know what I mean?
That makes
like
sense.
I like when I see like when people this one guy I believe it was at the Amsterdam show like 4 or 5 years ago. Fucking Carl, let Carl keep.
They are being nice and letting me announce this instead
What, this fool?
Yeah. They probably can't hear it, right?
Barely.
All right.
So I can hear it, but once you talk it, because this is
like-
it's a condenser. It's like when you're at a concert.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. All right, so what were you just talking about?
We were talking about the anesthesia, and you said you saw a cool piece.
Oh, yeah. So the Rat Pack, they're called. They did this back piece on this dude, and I believe it took like 12 hours or some shit like that. I forget the exact, but they did this fucking monstrous back piece, bro, where it was like, but the guy did not fall asleep. He was awake the entire time.
Did they injected him?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying. They went raw with it.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, that's cool,
which
though.
to
That's
me, I was
cool.
like, that's fucking, that's badass.
Yeah, it's gnarly.
You know what I mean? Now, if he used cream, I wouldn't be mad at it.
Right.
You know what I mean? But to go fully under and not experience anything, like, it's wild to me. Like, and that shit is scary, bro.
Right.
Like, you're under anesthesia, you don't know if your body's having a fucking moment. You know what I mean? Like, the buddy just died.
Yeah, he died. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, that shit happens. You know what I mean? That shit is scary. Fuck all that. Oh, I ain't never. I just won't get tattooed. I'd rather not get that. If I'm that scared of pain, Like the celebrities that do it and shit. I get it. Like you don't have time to keep going back to a shop over and over and over and over.
Right.
But it's just like I couldn't do it. I couldn't go against the tattoo gods like that and just fall asleep for a fucking 6 hours and wake up and I'm like, oh, I'm badass. I got my whole fucking back tatted. Like, yeah, you ain't feel nothing. You know what I mean? Like, you don't really get points for that.
Nah, I agree. I agree with you. And then also another thing too that I've noticed nowadays, nobody has tattoos.
Yeah.
The new age tattooers.
Oh
They don't even know what it
God.
feels like.
Don't ever get tattooed by somebody that doesn't have tattoos. They don't know what they're putting you through. I don't give a fuck how nice they are, because there are some people out here that are monsters, bro.
Yeah, no, there's some good artists that
with
don't have
no
tattoos, but it's just,
But
to me, it's crazy because everybody.
It's what, and please don't fucking go in the comments with the whole like, oh, does your doctor have to have cancer to be your doctor? Shut the fuck up. That's not the same.
I've
You
never
know it.
heard that.
Yeah, bro. People say that shit all the time. They're like, oh, does your doctor have to be sick to be a good doctor, or does your bro? Shut up. You know what we're saying. Like, don't deflect the situation. Like, you're half stepping into a situation. You're in this industry of tattoos and you don't have no tattoos. It's weird to me. It's wild to me. Like,
Yeah, because how do they know how to heal it? How do they know how it feels?
They don't. Well, the thing is, they don't. you don't know what you're putting your client through. It's like a whole different it's a vibe. It's a transfer of energy while we're tattooing. You know what I mean? Like, and you've never felt that. So like you're just doing whatever you feel, and I'm sure you're doing great tattoos because you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're not taking into mind, this might hurt a little more. Or this might, I mean, you're not taking none of that shit into mind. You're just tattooing. But I'm not, bro. I'll never get tattooed by somebody that doesn't have tattoos. And I'm talking tattooed. Like, I don't care if you have one tattoo on your forearm. Not getting tattooed by you. You have to be tattooed. You know what I mean? And then, you know what's crazy? I saw in your comments, people were saying that Buddy's tattoos look like shit. What do y'all think tattoos are supposed to look like after 30 years? And what do you think was going on back in the day? Bro, it's this thing where it's like, we used to say in Atlantic City where, like, if you don't have shitty tattoos, I'm not getting tattooed by you. Like, I know one of the greatest artists in Jersey,
love that.
and he had a blob. I'm talking about just a blob of shit on his arm. You know what I mean? If you look at it, if you're going based off his tattoos, you're not gonna get tattooed by him. You're going based off his tattoos that he does. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to get that. Like, to me, it's almost weird if I see a tattooer whose like entire body is covered in pristine, flawless tattoos. It's like, nah. That's cool. It looks great. It looks amazing, but you've never made a bad decision in your life. I need somebody that
Yeah, because back
knows what's
then,
going on.
you just had to tattoo people to learn.
Yeah.
And you had to get tattooed so other people can learn because you didn't
Yeah.
have Google.
Exactly.
So he also said, I'm blue, so you don't have to. Like,
Word.
you know, so,
Word.
and it makes sense because back then, all these tattoo artists that are just covered head to toe, obviously, it's going to have some bad ones, some good ones, but
Right.
I like that. You know,
But
it
the bad
shows.
ones are where the stories are at.
Yeah, it shows history,
that's,
too.
That's that's where, like, where the fuck did you get that? Not a shop. You know what I mean? Like, that's when you first started, you're at your homie's kitchen tattooing or your homie's basement tattooing, and those make the stories. Don't nobody give a fuck about your memorial piece that you got at a professional shop. And you know what I mean? Tell me about this fucking random beaver you got in your arm at your fucking homie's basement after you had a bender for 3 days. Tell me some fucking cool shit. I don't want it, bro. I don't know. It's just me. I'd need to get tattooed by people with character. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, nowadays, there's no character in these tattooers, bro.
I feel that.
It's like
I can see it.
I said, a lot of these motherfuckers wouldn't last a week at a real tattoo shop back in the day, dog. Like, it's not the same. Not the same at all.
How do you deal with difficult clients? Speaking of, like, I guess pet peeves
Shit.
and annoyances, what's your biggest pet peeve that nobody talks about?
I'll say the picky on a budget crowd is probably the most annoying crowd on earth. Because there's like, it seems to be the ones that are the pickiest and have the most to say about a tattoo and want it this way and want it that way. And they're the ones that like always like, they'll never be happy, no matter what. Even if you meet their fucking low ass price, they'll never be happy. You know what I mean? Compared to like where you have the client that's like, do your fucking thing. Oh, that's your price? Do your thing. You know what I mean?
So
like,
lowballing, you don't like. Those are the clients.
I don't like, and it's not even lowballing because like I understand that people get like have budgets and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's more of the lowballing while also like insinuating and
Nitpicky.
and yeah, because it's
Makes
like
sense.
like you get what you pay for. You feel me? So like if like say I tell you it's $1,000, you only have 7. You have to understand that now some things have to be taken out or something has to be adjusted.
Yeah,
to
so
fit
yeah, you
that
have to
price.
adjust. Yeah.
For you to think that like I brought it down 300 and now it's gonna be the same exact tattoo with the same exact like for it. Come on, be real. You know what I mean? But that shit gets annoying. I think that's it, honestly. Those are the only people that annoy me. Is the ones that like are very nitpicky and then just don't understand compromise. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, but yeah.
What about the most memorable tattoo experience you've had?
Most memorable. God damn. It's funny you say that. Like nothing comes to mind. I don't know. Philly. I tattooed this lady's lips,
Lips?
not on her face. And she got the words they and them. She's a great client too. She's so cool. And but yeah, she got the words they and them on her lips. And she was just so badass, bro. She just showed up with this dress, no drawers on, just hopped right on the table, trusted me, and was like, go for it. I was like, holy shit. And like in the tattoo world, doing like shit like that is like one of those like bucket list situations. Like, I mean, nobody plans on waking up and tattooing a butthole or some like vaginal lips, but like when it happens, it's like cool. Like I'm in that part of the tattoo world now. Like
The last dude I interviewed, he had said that there was this dude at a convention getting like his nuts tatted, but blue, all blue. Like I guess blue balls. I don't even, bro. I couldn't do it. There's no way that shit would hurt.
There was a dude got a money sign on his sack. I didn't do it, but that was pretty. I thought it was like a cool idea.
That's gotta hurt, bro.
Yeah. That shit's funny.
What about the worst on the opposite end? The worst tattoo experience you've ever had?
Worst tattoo experience? Oh my God. I was tattooing this guy, right? And he brought his daughter who had just turned 18 and she wanted to get a tattoo so bad, but she was nervous as fuck. So I'm tattooing the dad. And then as I'm tattooing the dad, he's like taking it like a champ. I'm talking about like not moving, none of that. So it's to the point where in my head, I'm like, oh, this just perfect situation for her. She sees that he's like calm. Bro, why 2 seconds later I look and she's going back and forth and she lands face first on the fucking cement, dog. Like, and then I just had to deal with like this whole situation now. Like, it was just so weird. I was like, and the weirdest part is that you said worst tattoos situation and she's not even the one getting tattooed.
Yo,
you know what I mean?
crazy.
Like,
She didn't tattoo?
huh?
She didn't get one?
Hell no, she didn't get one. She was after that. She passed out watching him get tattooed. Imagine her getting tattooed. Yeah, and it would have been a fucking ambulance having to be there. Oh my gosh. But yeah, that's one of the worst. Oh, I had another situation where I was tattooing this girl. Her man's name. I was tattooing her man's name.
Crazy.
And she like passed out halfway. This man tried to get me to continue tattooing her. And he thought that she was faking. he thought that she was faking so that she didn't have to finish getting his name. I was like, bro, I was like, she like passed out. Like she, like we need to get her like alcohol in her nose and like water and, you know what I mean, get her back. No, keep going. She all right. I'm like, bro, I'm not gonna keep tattooing her. Like she's literally like, bro, I'm talking about like eyes roll back to the back of her head, all types of shit, like a legit pass out. You know what I mean? And he thought she was faking. I was like, bro, I was so disgusted. I was so mad because I was like, bro,
That's
what?
crazy. What does he do in his spare time? That's wild, bro.
Right.
I mean, if you think about it like that, that's insanity.
Yeah, I was like, bro, this is some of the most controlling shit I've ever seen in my life. I was like, I'm not her. You're not about to control me and tell me I gotta keep doing some shit. You know what I mean? But that shit, I felt so bad, bro. I felt so bad for her because like she was like legit uncomfortable after that. Like because she was like still out of it. It was her first time ever like passing out. So. You know what I mean? She's not sure what's to happen after. And I'm walking her through it and everything, but like he legit thought she was faking, bro. I was like, you're a piece of shit for that. Like,
That's crazy.
yeah.
What are your plans for the rest of the year?
Fucking finish the schedule. Like travel. That's pretty much it. It's like just travel. I'm trying last year I did 48 shows. This year I'm only doing like 35, I think it is.
That's still a lot.
35, 36. So I do have a lot of more bye weeks this year than I have in the past few years. But yeah, traveling. I'm trying to get like more actual fun time in. Not saying that the road's not fun, but like, you know what I mean, like actual vacation time where it's like vacation.
Right.
But other than that, that's it. Pretty much. Stick to the script. Get these tattoos out. Maybe a couple more awards. I just got one in Baltimore, so hopefully we'll keep that going. Try to get to 40 by the end of the year. You know what I mean? At least 40 by the end of the year, and then that's about it. Pretty much. Try not to die. You know what I mean?
Right.
Try to stay alive out here.
Right. How far do you plan on taking tattooing?
As far as the Lord allows me to, man. I definitely trying to take it overseas within the next 3 to 5 years for sure. 3 preferably, but 3 to 5 years I want to get overseas and do at least like 2 months out there. Try to find a convention circuit that they have going on, and see if I can get into that. If not, just like a couple guest spots or something. But definitely I want to take it overseas.
Yeah, there was this tattoo shop that initially got me started in the industry and kind of gave me the knowledge and the tools to film and learn about the industry. And shouts out to them, RIP to the owner. The shop is called Por Vida. They're in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And those dudes, big family, and RIP Bale, they would travel overseas. They would go to Germany, Greece, everywhere, bro, and just tattoo all over the world. And when I see a family, a brotherhood like that, it's cool,
dope,
bro.
dog. It's dope. Like right now, even like we were talking about Flox, he's been overseas for I don't know how long. Right now, I think he's in like Germany. Shout out to UG, doing it. You
That's
know what I
dope.
mean? He's laying the fucking platform out for sure. But yeah, he's living life out there right now, dog. And that's there's so much to see. There's so much to see. Even just in America. Like, just in America. Every state is different. Every city's different.
People, culture.
Yeah, everything. So it's like, even if you don't go overseas or you don't go to tropical islands and shit, go to a new state, dog. You'll see some shit that you fuck around and love it. You know what I mean? I've seen people visit a state and fucking go back twice in a year and then end up moving the following year. So it happens, dog.
It'd be like that?
Yeah.
What does the top look like for you?
The top looks like peace for me. Like, I don't want too much, but I want a lot at the same time, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want like at least 2 shops, one in Jersey, one in Florida. At least 2 houses.
Bricks. Yeah, we were talking about it on the way over here.
Bricks.
Brick
And
houses.
then, yeah, just peace. Just endless time with my family and shit. You know what I mean? I just want to be able to,
Freedom.
yeah, just freedom. That's all I want. I want my money to work for me. I want to be able to have a nice, sustained shop life going on and without having to worry about too much and nothing crazy. You know what I mean? Just a couple cars, some jet skis, a fucking boat, maybe a plane.
Yo, a plane is crazy.
Yeah.
Going back to your younger self, what's one piece of advice you would say?
Start tattooing earlier. Like, if I would have known life was gonna be what it was, as far as like the scholastic part, I would have dropped out so much sooner. Cause like, no bullshit, I would have got up out of there by like 16 and just started tattooing. Like nothing from like 16 to the end of high school did I learn something that has any fuck to give with life.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it was a waste, honestly.
Right.
For me, at least.
I mean,
Some
when
people,
you know.
Yeah. Some people like
I don't knock it,
Like
'cause-
some people like need that shit, and some people. But like in real life, I realized early that like school, you're not teaching me real life shit. You're not teaching me nothing that like that I really need.
Yeah,
And-
I went to school. I went to film school and stuff. But at the end of the day,
Word.
I didn't need to go. I just wanted to go so I could learn, have the upper
Right.
hand. That's the
Right.
only reason. You don't need
Like
school.
they like the
College is a
school,
scam.
The school tried to get me to go to, I think it was the Philadelphia School of Arts, and it's like I said no because one, I didn't want to go to school, and I didn't, like I said, I didn't want to be in front of a computer doing graphic design and shit. So I tried to stay away from that. But yeah, it was like just it wasn't for me, bro. The whole schedule, the whole waking up early, you have to be there at this time, you have to do this, you have to. I was just like, this ain't for me. Like, it's not for me at all. Like, and like I said, bro, in 15 years I haven't worked. This is fucking, the freedom that comes with this, bro, is so crazy. Like I said, like I haven't worked in 2 weeks. You know what I mean? I just been enjoying.
Living.
I just came back from Miami and Tampa and wherever the fuck I was before that. You know what I mean? Like, and it's dope. Like, I get to enjoy life. I get to be out here and see shit that I never thought I would see, do shit that I never thought I'd do. You know what I mean? I just, like, I've been to Mexico. I done been to, like, crazy shit, all off tattooing. That's the dope part to me, that it's all off something that I love. So, like, that's what keeps me going, is the fact that, like, I feel like what I'm doing is the right thing. You know what I mean? Like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. No, I feel that, bro. That's good. Just 50 Cent said, I'm a dropout who made more money than these teachers.
Shout out Miss Bria for failing me and making me drop out.
Yeah, because I'm not going to learn business from a teacher who drives a Toyota.
At all.
Like, you know what I mean, bro?
I'm
Like,
not gonna learn about a happy life from some lady that has to drive to Paulsboro every day and deal with annoying ass kids and just hates her life. And you know what I mean? And this is a specific person I'm talking about. But yeah, nah, she shout out to her though, because who knows, if I would have graduated, I probably would have went to like fucking like community college just to make my parents happy. You know what I mean? That type of shit, just to, but it didn't. Dropped out. Now I'm a tattoo artist, and now she hates her life and I love mine. So
and now this is the life.
yeah, like greatest decision I ever made. Like I said, the only thing I would do is like I would do it sooner, but that's about it.
No, that's great. Love to hear it. Is there anything else you need to let them know?
Nah. If you want, check my Instagram out. Dre_Mad Tatter. The first pin post is my schedule. If you're in, around, or have family or friends, or you're around any of those cities that I'm gonna be at, reach out. We can set something up. Like I said, if you're ever in Jersey or Philly or Delaware and you're looking for some quality tattoos, go to Tattoo Studio 237 in Westville. And if you're on the road and you are in one of those cities and you want to set something up, or even if you don't want to set something up, just look at the rafters and look for the tiger. You know what I mean? Cat's Customs. We out here.
Great. Dope. Well, I appreciate you. I appreciate your time. And I think it's time to conclude this episode of the most versatile podcast in the
yeah.
world. You heard it here first at Villain Arts in Charlotte, North Carolina. We are going to conclude. Cool. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see y'all next week on the next episode. It'll probably have Dre and Curtis Cameron. Curtis Cameron is on one of our previous posts, so go ahead and make sure to check that one out as well. And remember to follow us on Instagram, beandip.pod, and subscribe to the channel. We'll see y'all next week.
Hell yeah.
Appreciate it, bro.
Hell yeah, no doubt. That was dope.